Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Wishing you a beautiful day. I've had a full day. I'm just about to go and give the fourth module of Ultimate Manifestations. And this morning, I just had an interview for a summit. And this has been in the field lately where I realize that sometimes people are using their past as an excuse of why they can't have something today or why their life is what it is today. And I know personally, my past has nothing to do with what's happening now. If you knew me in the past, as so many of you on here knew me in the past, I was living in New York City. I thought that New York was the center of the world. I was a medical doctor. I was traveling the world. And the life that I had planned for myself then is completely different than the life I'm living today. I think the one truth that's so important that I'm learning too this week is that, I just saw that someone sent in a payment for a program and that makes me happy for my Ultimate Year program. So what I feel, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so it's been coming up for me today, this week, big time, is how we need to honor what's true for us right now. Not the obligations and what we think we're responsible for and what we said we were going to do in the past, but more of what is true for you today. Because your truth is always evolving as you evolve. And that's happened for me time and time again. You know, I remember when I couldn't sit still, I was traveling around the world, and now it's try to get me to go anywhere. I'm so passionate and dedicated to my mission right now. I'm offering a different course every month. I'm in a phase of proliferation where I'm just giving and creating and doing and being and loving being in Malibu that I don't want to travel right now, right? And so the message today is what is true in your heart today? What does ultimate living mean to you? So today that was asked on the interview I was on, and she was you talk a lot about ultimate living. What does that even mean? And I was well, for me, it's beyond health and into ultimate living, because we have so much potential and we have dreams and we have passion and we have things that we would love to create and experience in life. But most people are sitting back and finding some excuse as to why that can't happen. What I'm interested in is, how can it happen? You know, when we have a desire or a dream or something we want to manifest, the how it happens is not our responsibility. And I shared this in the Ultimate Manifestation course that I'm guiding right now in these days. And most people get tripped up when it comes to deciding, okay, what is it that I'm going to manifest? So many people choke up. They're oh wait, but if I'm going to get really what I want, is that really what I want? And oftentimes it's because there's a fear of failure. How is it even going to happen? Look, it's not your responsibility to know how. And I know that seems hard for people to understand because we're so used to figuring it all out. We're so used to knowing okay, it's going to go like this and we're going to plan our lives perfectly and it's going to go exactly how we planned. But what if it can happen better than you could even plan it? And that's that openness that needs to happen for ultimate manifestations to happen. And I think it's really important to let go of the past. Just because something happened in the past, it doesn't mean it's going to happen today. Just because you've lived a life in the past, it doesn't mean anything about your future. You know, some weeks ago, I did share a post about my past and my upbringing and where I come from. And that I don't come, some people think I come from this wealthy, privileged family. And it's no, they're just regular people, beautiful people that I love so much, but just regular people. My grandparents were immigrants that came to this country. They were hard workers. And I live a life that I've worked for today. I've worked hard to manifest this life. I did it myself. And I want you to know that you can do it too. It's not something that's only for the special people. Manifestation is, I feel, a science. When you know the step-by-step protocols, you can absolutely manifest the life that you want to manifest. And you can do it without a specific kind of protocol. But if you find that you're struggling and you're like, I really want these things, but I don't know how it's going to happen, Laura. Like, I see these people manifesting these amazing things and I want to give that a try. Like, that's where I invite you to like check out manifestation. Check it out from people who are offering to share how they do it, like me. And then also where you see that like they're getting the results, like they're living a life that you're like, yeah, like I see them doing that. Like, because I feel like that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to share our gifts and our superpowers. And the awesome thing about being human is we can transmit it to each other. So if you have a certain superpower, you can transmit it to someone else just by sharing what it is you do. And that's what education is. You know, when we're younger, we go to school and we're like, okay, I'm gonna learn these things. And a lot of it we didn't even use. And I'm interested in definitely teaching, especially like my kids in the future, how to do things from an energetic perspective. Like kind of everything I went and I re-educated my whole life, I want to share that with the kids. Because I imagine if kids knew how to meditate from a young age and manifest from a young age and understood the laws of the universe, like how much more ahead they would be to create the new earth and manifest this new earth. And I feel that that's why we're all here. We're all here to create an exact life that we desire. But life is kind of like a video game where you get like put into it and there's certain laws and rules and you don't know them all at first. And our job here is we come here to learn, and then we're like, oh, as we like have experiences, we learn the rule of the game. And then as we implement the rules and we realize it's a game, then we come out on top, we get to win. And life is about like trial and error, and like the experiences we've had have made us stronger and better capable of whatever we're stepping into next. So how the past does serve us is because I feel like the past made us stronger, more resilient. The past is a beautiful way to learn lessons so we go into the next experience wiser. But it doesn't define us, because in every moment we're always changing. And in one moment you could learn something new and it could completely change who you are, how you see the world, how you interact with your loved ones. So that's why too, even in like relationships, I think it's so important to see people with a new light, because in every moment we're changing, we're evolving. The past doesn't mean anything, because in an instant we could decide to change and decide differently. And I've done that so many times in my life where I was like, this is what I'm doing. This is the best thing. And then a year or two later, it's like, I've learned new things. I'm on a new path now. And now this is my goal and focus and direction. And that is life. The only constant in life is change. So I invite you today to really check in, like, what's the desires of your heart? The way I like to ask the question of like, what is your ultimate life is, let's say if you had a genie in a bottle and you were granted 3 wishes, what would those 3 wishes be? What would you decide to manifest in your life if you had 3 wishes? If time, money, there was no obstacles, what would you choose for yourself? And then look at your life, like, are you close to that? Are you not? And then know that that's available to you. And if it's a desire of your heart, it's actually being asked of you by your soul. I feel our desires are our soul's guidance. And so more and more I've allowed desire to rule my life versus obligation and responsibility and the things I should do and the things that society says is appropriate. That's not ultimate living. Ultimate living is when you really follow the truth of your heart and the path that you desire for you. So I just wanted to pop on here and say hi as I was preparing for the next module of Ultimate Manifestations. And just to share like what's been present. I've been going live since June 15th, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful way to just come on here and share with you all. And with that, I send you so much love. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. And I hope and I trust that this video inspired you into your ultimate living. And you deserve it. If you desire it, it's destined for you. And remember that. And don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just need to show up every day and take the inspired action that show up on your path, and maybe learn a thing or two about manifestation, because this reality is so magical if you allow it to be. You know, we're so used to just everything being very logical, but we can also trust in divine guidance and divine support, and it's all available for you if you decide. I send you love. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.